Hey, how you doing? It's Brian, and I was in your shop and heard about your predicament of how you needed to rename the shop and get away from using anything proprietary Mac, so no iMac, no iPad, no Mac in the name. And so I'd like to help with that, but I look at this a lot more technically than probably a lot of your other entries here. So what I wanted to do was first take some look at some of the keyword research here. Now, this is a free tool, AdWords Google Keyword Research Tool, and you can see some of the global monthly searches and local monthly searches. So 7.5 million local monthly searches for laptop or iPad. But and then the next closest is notebook, which comes in right at Mac OS, and laptops is actually topping out higher at 2.25 million. So it's good to know what people are actually searching for. You know, and here's my suggestion. Regardless of whether you can use the Mac proprietary terms as the official name of the store, you can use them as the official titles of your web pages and then create search engine optimized content, pages, headlines, articles, photos about the products that you sell. I'm certain that they'll allow you to highlight and advertise the products that you're selling, since you can get your hands on iPads and laptops and notebooks and Mac OS software. Those are all fairly high keyword research or keyword terms. Now this is a different term, a different tool that I have, and this will tell me, the average number of times people are clicking through a given term. So, if you're advertising for Mac software, you're going to get 4 times the click-through rate as you are on Mac OS. And then desktop computers, much, much, much higher click-through rates, even 12 times higher than software. So if you choose some of the ones that are very action responsive type words, they don't even necessarily have to be the words that people are that are proprietary Mac, but they are ones that people are clicking through. Computer hardware is there's 6,000 searches for that, and this is daily, 6,000 daily searches for that. So these are monthly, and these are daily numbers. But say you'll go Mac software, you can have a blog post, an article page about the Mac software that you have. If something comes in, do a review on it. If something people have questions about it, write an article answering a couple of questions about your Mac software or something like that. So there is where you can really make a difference in being findable for your shop. There's only one official Mac store in Madison, so you can dominate the local search market by creating a website that has your local address embedded onto every single footer of the page of the whole site, and then you have a bunch of different posts and pages about all of these different high traffic numbers. Now let's look over here. I don't know what your profit margins are, but the iPads get considerably more traffic. So I mean, if we put these up here into rank them by search, iPad apps, if you have even discussions, if you have access to iPad apps, reviews, this is going to be a good collateral keyword to have content on your site for ranking for the iPads. I don't know what your margins are on these, so but if this is a high margin product for you, it's also a high search product. Now, this here is SEO TCR. This is the competition. This gives me a reason to believe that only 7% of the websites of all of these different pages that are about the iPad, only 7% are actively optimized for the iPad. So this is, even though there's a lot of competition, it's very weak competition. Whereas say here, iPad reviews, that tends to be a much more competitive market. So here I'm going to go back on what I just said, and maybe a review about the iPad wouldn't really work, but you could do something like, here is our unboxing of the iPad 3G, where we show how easy it is to install apps onto it. That type of page onto your website would get a lot of traffic and help you sell more iPads. So, I do want to give you a call. So I'm going to send you this video, and I'd like to ask you some questions because, what I do is I do product development based on, the psychology and the demographics of search. So I can help you pick out a name for the shop based on the most persuasive and the most highly traffic words. So, it has to be both. It can't just be, a generic word that gets lots of searches. It has to be a word that actually compels buying. And, I also look at some of this data by seeing how much are people um, advertising. This data didn't, why do we have all these zeros here? We would want to analyze that again. But I think I'm going to go to this page over here. The CPC tells me how much other people are advertising, paying to get just one click on a given keyword term. So I can tell that Mac laptops is one of the most profitable, the most expensive keyword terms that you can be competing for. But then here's SEO value. SEO value is a measure of the cost per click compared to the actual volume of traffic. So in this case, the cost per click is lower, but the volume of traffic is so much higher that if you were to rank for Mac OS, that is a really valuable keyword term to rank for. Now these statistics do actually tend to boil down fairly well for local buying terms. Now that brings me up to a couple of other things. One of the things is if we look at your site here, it's just one big image. There's nothing about this site that can be readable by Google. In fact, if we look over here, it's got PR0 not available. And if we look at some of these things here, there's no links. Bing is only recognizing a little. This is a really well, it's just a poorly optimized site. This is not earning you any money. It's not getting you any traffic. It's barely pulling its weight. So the Madison area computers, though, that probably is a fairly decent keyword base to have the website. If it were me, I would rebuild the site for something. Let me pause this. I'm going to show you a different site I built. All right, real quick, let me show you what I'm talking about here. A different site that would be a little bit easier for you to work with would be, this is a WordPress-based site, and it's really super easy to create a post. You just add posts, or to add a new page. You can actually set things over here to publish at a specific date and time. You can preload things. So say you've got a sale coming up, you can preload it so that the page doesn't go live until the day before the sale or something like that. You can actually upload images to the site, and you can create images that are all SEO optimized to be findable. Now Google image search is getting bigger and bigger, and the more of the different elements of your page that are named appropriately for high traffic keyword terms that are also things that you sell are good ways to get found when people are searching for what you sell. So we can take a look at this page. It's still under construction, but something that would be really cool would be, you could have a really fancy slider up here that every time you uploaded a page, you could select what the featured image for that page was or post, and then the slider will automatically rotate it so people get this this feeling of movement. It seems like a pretty live post. I also created the embed widget and create a fan page, Facebook fan page. Now tying the Facebook fan page into your website builds search engine optimization, and it gives an awful lot of social proof. So I mean, if people land on your page and they happen to be already in Facebook, they'll see, oh wow, all of their other friends, a lot of their other friends already like this, and Facebook actually goes through and remembers which of these people are your friends, and they are more likely to show your friends up near the top. So I know a lot of these people, and that kind of social proof is showing that a lot of somebody's buddies are actually doing their shopping at your store. It's pretty valuable. So, and the widget just kind of updates on every page. It gives people a chance to like it, and you can even set it up so that people they can comment on WordPress, or you can set it up so that they comment and their comments go right to a Facebook page. So that's also really valuable. What I do is I look at the competition. So I see your site, and it has zero, like only 14 links to the domain. But some of the other places in town still have Mac in their name. They're probably undergoing the same problem you are, but they haven't even claimed their listing in Merchant Circle. This is one of the biggest local directories. And then there are some other local directories. These guys are doing a better job. They have a lot more links to their domain, so it would take some time to get found over and above them. They've also got Mac in their name, so maybe they've got the same issues. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this information out to all of you. If you don't want or need my services, the data and the research that I've done will work for any Mac store to get more customers coming around and buying more Mac products. So just let me know if you don't need that kind of help, because I'm sure somebody can. Now there are some other local directories. Since I do a lot of local online marketing, I know of a lot of the directories in town and can do optimized submissions and make sure that all the right keywords are in here and that you get found in all the different directories. And as well, I set up a social media platform. I've got like 16 different social media platforms all associated with my Hootsuite account. So from one dashboard, I can manage Facebook pages, different clients' Facebook pages, my own Facebook pages, my own Twitter accounts, then all these other different Twitter accounts that we've got for other people. So that type of one-stop shopping where you can make a post here and click on where and how many different places you want that post to go, you can really have a pretty broad footprint. And this dashboard, Hootsuite, is also a really good dashboard where this too, you can send it now, or take a look over here. You can pre-schedule a message. So you can sit down on Sunday night and mention which days you want your posts to go. You can schedule them in bulk and can upload a file. It's actually pretty straightforward to get your social media managed in a very time-managed, time-optimized way. And by having a strategy beforehand, social media builds on search engine optimization, and it attracts customers. People are on Facebook, they are on Twitter, they are making decisions based on what their friends are recommending. And here's another really cool thing. Well, do read my article on my Generosity Marketing blog about local search, but understand that one of the absolutely fastest, most authentic, and most powerful way of jumping to the first page of Google, no matter what the keyword term is if you actually have a fan or a follower from Facebook or Twitter, and they are already connected to you on Facebook or Twitter, and they go to their computer and they go to Google and they type something in. They don't even need to know that you are selling something or have ever spoken to you at all online. No interaction ever needs to have taken place other than them following you or accepting your friend request. But Google has now put their Google social search on the first page of most people's Google searches, so that if anybody in their social network has spoken about the keyword term that they are searching for, now look for this on your own. Go to Google and look at the bottom of the page. People in your network have spoken about this. It's always on the first page. So that is some pretty cool, friendly, community-based search engine optimization. I would like to help you with the name of your shop, and just understanding what your highest traffic, what your best profit margin product is, what you can get the easiest, and where you're making your most amount of money. What's the best positioning you want to have really has an awful lot to do with what names I would suggest for that. But here I'm telling you a lot about the strategy I would use. Let's look at the profitability, the two main keyword terms that come to my mind first. If you've got others that are more profitable, it's pretty easy for me to kind of crunch them in and see what the numbers come out. And then the way I roll is I get people a presence on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And YouTube, video search and an optimized, well-placed video about your products and demonstrating your knowledge of it, your expertise. You're doing reviews, you're doing demonstrations, you're doing little snippets from your classes. That is some really awesome content that gets found really fast and makes a really strong impression on your potential customers, makes them want to come in, and once they get there, they feel like they already know you, even if they've never met you face to face. They're seeing your smiling face on video, and they're getting a real good sense, developing what I call rapport. So this is your rapport bridge. You're building a friendship virtually by helping people learn more about what it is that you sell and what you're an expert at. I wish you the best. I'm Brian from Generosity Marketing, and we should talk. We should talk soon.